What's up, everybody? It's your boy George coming back with another bullish video. And if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. And if you're returning, you're an OG. And today, I'm going to be talking about internet computer, ICP, what I believe is the most undervalued crypto in the market right now. And currently, we're at a price of $5.60, and we're over the 3 billion market cap. And as you can see, a few cryptos have went down the list that were ahead of us. And we had Athena, which was ahead of us. They went back down to the 38th spot, and we have went back up to the 37th spot. And as you can see, Casper was catching up, but they went back down under a 3 billion market cap. So before we hop on X, let's look at Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is currently at 118K. And the fear and greed is at 70%. So people are still greedy. But the altcoin season is at 44%, meaning that we're getting closer. So let's start on X. And I got something from Marlon Hank. And look at what he's doing. He created something on Caffeine AI, something for a clothing store. And let's see what he said. It says, all right, ICP, I'm sharing one of my dApps I've created in the last 24 hours with Caffeine AI. It's do your own research, brand merchandise and shop 100% on chain, Stripe integration, t-shirt designer, custom t-shirt, and a lot more different things. And let's look real quick. I'm going to put this in 1.5x. So let's look at bro's website. And this was created 100% with Caffeine AI. And this looks like your regular application, but this is a dApp, 100% on chain and everything. And this is the future, you guys. So I'm actually just going to push through real quick. And look, my guy's creating a dope shirt. I love seeing stuff like this. Look at it. Look at it. Everything from payments to Amazon, everything all created through Caffeine AI. So I just want to know what other blockchain is doing that. And we on to the next post from TC Well. And it says, look at the train. It says, wake up and all the grass is green. Once again, my fair market price for ICP ranges from 3,000 to 120K, somewhere between Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is literally the greatest tech advancement in the space since Ethereum smart contracts. The hype train will be full stream soon. Hey, bro, you got a little bit of a very, very generous guess, but hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. You got to have your hopes and you got to dream. So we got something from Ray Dalio, and it's a quote or a principle of the day. So let's hear what he has to say. And this is the principle. It says, don't have anything to do with closed-minded people. Yes. And let's hear what he had to put in the caption. Being open-minded is much more important than being bright or smart. No matter how much they know, closed-minded people will waste your time. If you must deal with them, recognize that there can be no helping them until they open their minds. And that's so true. There's probably someone you know in your life right now that's super smart, super clever, and does everything right. But you might be telling them about something like ICP, or you might just be telling them about anything. And they're closed-minded to it because they believe that their way is the better way. There's nothing wrong with that. But just know, closed-minded people, no matter how smart you are, it doesn't matter. I'd rather be an open-minded person and not that smart than closed-minded. But let's go. And now we got something from Bitcoin Historian. And it says, breaking 4 trillion Wall Street giant JP Morgan to offer Bitcoin-backed loans. Financial Times. Bitcoin taking over Wall Street. It's happening. So imagine that. It's getting accepted by JP Morgan. Okay. Now we got something for Reads with Ravi. Bigger dreams call for healthier habits. Healthier habits require more self-discipline. So just remember that, you guys. You got to have self-discipline. You got to have healthy habits. You can't give up. You got to stay with what you believe in. Do not give up. So now we got something from Trending Bitcoin, and it says Bitcoin is on track to hit 500K. The real bull run has only just begun. And you see, this was from all the different halvings. So right now, people are saying that we're on track to hit 500K. So let's see what happens. Let's see what the future has to hold. Now I got something from Mad Monkey, and it's replying to a post from Grim IC. And it says, Utopia, a sovereign serverless cloud on ICP, built for government and enterprise. It says Utopia, which stands for Unstoppable Tamper-Proof Open Platform for Independence Autonomy, is a private cloud layer powered by ICP, specifically designed for institutional use. It enables governments, NGOs, and enterprise to deploy private serverless environments over their own infrastructure or existing cloud providers without sacrificing security or sovereignty. Key technical highlights. Decentralized security at the protocol level. Utopia leverages ICP's mathematically verifiable consensus to ensure that both data and application logics are tamper-proof. No firewalls or antivirus malware is required. The platform remains resilient even under state-level threat conditions. Now we have serverless AI, compute, and data logic. Applications run fully inside Utopia canisters without any third-party orchestrations while staying interoperable across the broader ICP network and other Utopia instances. This includes support for AI inference, automation, and enterprise-grade workloads. Massive scalability and IT efficiency. Utopia eliminates vendor lock-in, streamlines system administration, and dramatically reduces global IT operational cost. It's purpose-built for sovereign deployment where auditability, predictability, and control are mission critical. And we have another one, built on proven infrastructure, powered by ICP. The Utopia ecosystem inherits a high throughput, low latency network with composable compute, open governance, and reverse gas economics. Battle tested in production since 2021. Utopia and Starlink. Global sovereign reach. By design, Utopia can be hosted on distributed hardware, including edge nodes, regional servers, or satellite-linked infrastructures like Starlink. This supports global availability with local sovereignty, removing dependencies on centralized cloud providers, which enables never-before-seen digital sovereignty at scale. Why it matters. With global cybercrime projected to surpass 1 trillion and AI-driven attacks on the rise, Utopia delivers infrastructure designed to resist ransomware, data exfiltration, and inside threats at the protocol level, far beyond traditional perimeter defenses. Integrated with the upcoming Caffeine AI stack, it enables secure on-chain AI agents to run prompts, update applications, and operate autonomously within a tamper-proof environment. Utopia also enforces full data sovereignty and auditability with every action, from execution to upgrade history, recorded on-chain, no backdoors, no central authorities, and no vendor lock-in. And it says, Utopia represents a strategic inflection point, shifting from abstract AI potential to enterprise-grade sovereign infrastructure. It transforms ICP from a public computing protocol into a framework capable of delivering sovereign, secure, and auditable digital infrastructure for real-world institutions. As the demand for trusted AI, cybersecurity resilience, and digital autonomy accelerates, Utopia positions the internet computer as the foundation for next-generation government and enterprise systems, where infrastructure is not only programmable, but also verifiable, tamper-proof, and self-sovereign. And that is very important. Like they said, the last sentence, it says as internet computer as the foundation for next generation governments and enterprise systems, where infrastructure is not only programmable but also verifiable, tamper-proof, and self-sovereign. That's the future right there. Utopia, you guys. Don't sleep on Utopia. And Mad Monkey put a reply on that. No more blind trust in big tech. ICP plus Utopia enables transparent, programmable infrastructure with full traceability. And just remember, ICP, it may not be in the top 10 yet, but we're still at 37. We're still in the top 50 cryptos. And just remember, out of the top 50 cryptos right now, we are the most technologically advanced. So just remember that. And now we got something from Eric Canister. Let's go. And let's see what Eric Canister got to say. It says, hey, you stupid tech losers, hold on your butts because earn tokens for promoting ICP with Eric Canister AI. And let's see.
Hey, you stupid-ass tech losers! Hold on to your butts because Erica AI Hub's new feature, Video Yapping, has officially launched. You can now create your own videos and yap your heart out on Twitter. Get ready to watch your cringe turn into cash because yappers will earn token airdrops in the future. So stop being a lazy potato, unleash those creativity juices, and let's show the world how fabulous you really are. Don't be left behind in the dust. Join the fun and reap those sweet rewards.
So guess what? You can get paid to be a yapper. Do not sleep on the opportunity, you guys. And now I got a post from Anthony Pompliano, and it says, the president's company is buying billions of dollars in Bitcoin, and you are bearish? Couldn't be me. And that's true. It's simple. If the president is buying Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin, why wouldn't you? And if the president doesn't know about ICP, and we're the top crypto in technology and in AI, why wouldn't you be excited? All right, now we got something from Income Sharks, and it says, Bitcoin dominance going down while crypto market cap going up is the most ideal scenario for the most amount of people in crypto. And you see that Bitcoin dominance going down while crypto market cap going up. So that means the other cryptocurrencies are getting love too, not just Bitcoin. So now we got something from Base Giant, and it says, ICP friends, just published my first app with Caffeine AI. It just has some basic functionality. Willing to test it out? It's called ICP on X. It's a platform where anyone can help centralize every X handle in the ICP community. Okay, and you see that, you guys. ICP on X, all created through Caffeine AI. Good stuff, Base Giant. Let's go. And now we got something from Cloud Strike Thunder. Let's go. And it says, let's be honest. If ICP is a 5 to 10 year investment, but most Ethereum and Bitcoin holders only joined 2 to 3 years ago, then who's really built for the long game? Retail aped into the worst alts. Early ICP investors playing chess, not roulette. 100x undervalued equals overnight pump. It means 100x over 15 years. Meanwhile, devs leaving ETH. Middle class wrecked by banks. ICP quietly building layer 0 while other bridge to nowhere. Repeat after me. Bitcoin L1, Ethereum L2, ICP L0. Definity has reverse engineered the entire internet, and now ETH, Solana, Bitcoin maxis are FUD hard because they aped into dinosaur technology and can't get past their ego and lack of research to cut their losses. Praying for 2x while they sleep on ICP. That's going to 100x with Caffeine AI. You can't make this up. I like that. Stay positive. Don't give up. I like that. All right, and on to the next post. And man, my computer be doing some random stuff sometimes. But we got something from the Bitcoin historian. It says breaking. 170-year-old financial giant Western Union says it will support Bitcoin and crypto. Big banks are coming. It's happening. And I love this post right here, how he said people are realizing that they are investing into old prehistoric dinosaur technology. So just remember, ICP is the new wave. So let's hear what they got to say.
What's the rollout looking like for Western Union on that front?
Well, we're already innovating in several places in the world on moving money and settling. So both in South America and in Africa, we are innovating our settlement processes to move money quicker and to more easily convert into local currency in part.
And you guys see this. If you're an investor, I don't know how you cannot be excited about ICP. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is becoming more prominent on this planet. And right now, people do not understand blockchain technology. They do not understand the new paradigm of the internet. So right now, if you're asleep, you need to wake up.
Partnerships with some of the infrastructure companies you've had on this show. So we are also exploring other partnerships with people who want on-ramps and off-ramps in different parts of the world on how we could enable Western Union's funds in and funds out to enable people to purchase and sell stablecoins. Finally, we're investigating how we might offer stablecoin products in our digital wallets to our customers around the world, again, in partnerships with many of the companies.
Soon, Western Union, all of these banks, they're going to have to accept ICP and what they're doing. We're creating a new stack that's going to allow you guys to use DeFi and a bunch of different new tools that you guys never used before to help everyone, not just the investors, but also the institutions. ICP helps everybody.
That you've talked to over the course of the last couple of weeks.
What's the balance between this push into that space, and not just with regards to crypto, but overall the more digital strategy that I know you and your team at Western Union have been working on for some time, the balance between that and what we see in the traditional retail side of the business?
Right, and so we have about a...
Just remember, y'all, ICP is the only crypto allowing people to interact with each other and allowing each blockchain to interact with each other.
billion-dollar revenue digital business. It's growing obviously at faster rates than our traditional retail business. We also think of our retail business not just as cash. So retail is a value proposition where you can have in-person service. People will fund with bank products, cards.
Hey, all I gotta say is you better get into whatever altcoin has the good fundamentals now before the financial giants start hopping in. And then once they hop in and throw billions of dollars in, don't be trying to hop in after when everybody's talking about it, because you'll be too late. You make some money, but you're not going to make the life-changing money. So now we got something from the code Beezy, and it says, the market continues to weaken. Job postings on Indeed fell 8% YOY in the week ending July 11, reaching the lowest level since February 2021. Postings are down 65% from their peak March 2022. As a result, available vacancies in the U.S. are just 4% above pre-pandemic levels. This data does not exclude ghost postings for positions that may not exist or are not actively being filled. This also just suggests that official BLS job opening data will likely continue to trend lower. Labor market demand softening cannot be ignored. So just be aware of that, you guys. Be aware of that. And now I got something from Joel Vasquez, and it says, ICP, President Trump stuns America with the most epic video showcasing 6 months of accomplishments. And let's see what Trump has done in these last 6 months, man.
President Trump marking 6 months in the White House.
It is my honor to introduce to you the 45th and the 47th President of the United States.
We could for sure say it. The Bitcoin price did reach a new all-time high since he's been in office.
American. Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump immediately getting to work with a remarkable show of the use of executive power.
We've never seen anything like this. There's 20,000 people cheering for every executive order signed.
President Trump comes in and immediately begins taking action to fix each.
So my question is, do you guys think Trump is a good president? Me personally, I believe Trump is a good businessman. So he can be good for the business side.
Every one of these fires that the Democrats started.
It's 6 months delivering on the agenda. This ultimately is promises made, promises kept by the president.
This is a message to the rest of the world. The days of ripping off America and Americans are officially over.
The Trump archives are a series of near impossible feats.
We have the safest, most secure border in the history of this nation.
Border crossings have dropped so much that federal agents now outnumber illegal crossers.
He had a mandate and he's delivering on it. The American economy is better for it. NASDAQ and S&P both hitting.
Do y'all think Donald Trump knows about ICP? Do you think anyone in the White House has actually done research on blockchain?
All-time highs. Gas prices are down. Retail sales are up. $2 trillion in international financial agreement and record tariff revenue.
The USA is on a roll, culminating in the signing of the One Big Beautiful Bill on July 4th.
A bill for and by the people.
Thanks to this bill, Trump could resign tomorrow and still point to an enduring legacy.
And he's full steam ahead for America.
This movement that President Trump has started is only getting bigger. It has more energy, more.
You guys, like I always say, we are still early. Do not sleep on these opportunities we have right now.
Enthusiasm. What he's going to do is show up and work hard and deliver every day for the American people.
You're watching history, so buckle up, because the next 3.5 years will probably be just as busy.
Man, we gonna see. If ICP don't hit at least 500 plus in the next 3.5 years, Trump, you did not do your job, man. That's all I gotta say. On to the next post. And it's from Blocktivist. Let's go. And it says, 1. ICP was probably the most anticipated launch in crypto history. The hype, unreal. 100K people chatting nonstop in Telegram. A tiny airdrop worth life-changing money. It was wild. Let me explain why it all went sideways. Number 2. ICP also had some questionable explainer videos. They hyped a tech revolution, but were too abstract. Great for devs, but normies confused. And back then, normies were Web3. That was the first misstep. 3. As Web3 grew, people got more detached from the tech. Back in 2016, when I joined, speculation was dumb, but the vibes were pure. It was about understanding, about helping each other. For me, it felt like activism. 4. I lived and breathed decentralization at uni, at work, in my identity. It wasn't about money. It was about quality time, deep convos, late night debates that made Web3 magical. And that's real stuff right there. It's not about money. Definitely, I want to make money off ICP, but I like how he said that right there. 5. Now, crypto has a scammy vibe. Retail got wrecked. Most public engagement is scammers, bots, and grifters. That's what shaped perception. 6. My close family kind of gets what I do, but others, uncles, distant relatives, they probably think I'm a gambler or worse, obsessed with money. That's the outside view now. Now 7, back to ICP. It felt like a crowd full of uncles and a few techies made up the early community, but everyone was already tied into other tribes, and ICP had the biggest scope of all. That scared people. Every other community saw a threat in ICP's ambition, and what do humans do when threatened? They go to war. The whole Web3 space chose to go to war with ICP. Number 9, and it wasn't easy. ICP didn't use common terms. It had some decentralization flaws. that all people needed. A story wrote itself. Overhyped scam, centralized trash, insiders dumped. 10. But that story, it was what people wanted to believe. The hype was real, organic even, but the war was too much pressure for a relatively small team. They couldn't fight it. 11. Instead of fighting back, they did what they know. Keep building, silently, patiently, and maybe that was the right move. You can't win shouting matches in a burning theater. And then we got 12. Sentiment hit rock bottom. It got unhealthy, but ICP made it through. They're still here, and now the tech can finally speak for itself. 13. Decentralization pain points still here. Often overstated, but easy FUD fuel. AI execution might take ages. Not even sure ICP should do it. But that's not the point. 14. The real takeaway. Since launch, external forces shaped ICP's narrative more than the team ever could. No amount of marketing could have fought that. The fact it's still alive is honestly insane. 15. Most teams would have rage quit. Dev brain drain. Loss of vision. But ICP still has a healthy market cap. Dev stayed. Tech progressed. And with caffeine, they even have first mover advantage in a new market. 16. The ecosystem is taking shape. Partnerships are coming. The vibe is shifting. No hype this time, just builders. Ironically, ICP might now be in the best position it's ever been in. 17. If you read this far, thank you. The story isn't over. It's just finally quiet enough for people to see what's really there. And I love that, you guys. So I love the post-blocktivist, and that's real. I ain't been in ICP for that long. I've barely hopped into ICP last year. But what I gotta say is, y'all got a strong community. Y'all got a good technology on your hand, and we about to get rich, man. But let's keep going. We got something from the Bitcoin historian. Breaking. Telegram just officially launched Bitcoin and crypto wallet TON in the US. 87 million users. Huge. And like I told y'all, I was an XRP guy. The cryptos that I knew about was XRP, XLM, and Dogecoin, Shiba. I made money off of all those different coins. But now, when I hop back in and I said I want to start taking crypto seriously, I did my own research. I talked to one of my homies that does technical analysis. He told me about some coins that sounded cool. But when I found ICP, I knew this was the one-stop shop for the future of blockchain. But let's keep going. So I got something from CloudStrike Thunder Beam, and it says, most stable chart in the game, undervalued with 100x potential when compared to ETH that's been around for 15 years. ICP is the new best tech, only around for 4 years. So 11 years from now, we're looking at 100x. ETH is stalled out of date and expensive when compared. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're going to be broke. No, I'm just kidding. But now we got something from Mad Monkey commenting to Kurt. And Kurt had put, ICP is going to make those who own it very wealthy over the next coming months. My target is $250. Based on 9% of all ICP held on exchanges. Bitcoin around 16%. 100% of token unlocks done. Caffeine AI, hype and burn about to start. Get in at $6 or regret it. So you heard him. Don't sleep on ICP. And you heard only 9% of ICP on exchanges. That's massive. Add the burn plus caffeine effect, and $6 looks laughable. And we got another post saying that just in, Coinbase partners with 325 billion PNC Bank to bring Bitcoin and crypto to its 12 million customers. So just know we just added 12 million more customers that probably weren't even interested in cryptocurrency to start with. Because like I said, most people are cool with just having a Roth IRA account and an insurance policy. It's people that get an insurance policy, pay it off for 2-3 years, and then after that they go to the bank and they're able to use like collateral within their death benefits, and they can get like a 20K loan and then tell the bank that, when I die, I can allocate this amount. You feel me? So just know it's different ways. It's different ways to maneuver. You feel me? Just got to be smart. Now we got something from Malt Media. I've resumed buying more ICP. Let's go. The self-writing internet product Caffeine AI is a game changer, and it will soon make it so that ICP is no longer affordable for most in retail. I am recommending everyone does a bit of DD on it before it's too late. I don't know if that means dollar cost averaging, but hey, we got something from World Computer now. It says traditional cloud competitors. ICP's broader vision is to replace centralized cloud services, positioning it as a competitor to major tech companies providing infrastructure as a service. And he has a few things that it includes. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take all this. We're going to throw it into the chat GPT real quick and ask it to give us a shorter version so we can. So give me a second. Bear with me. Y'all know how I do it. Give me a short paragraph. Straight to the point. And let's see how fast ChatGPT can come back with something. All right, they going pretty fast today. So let's see. It says the internet computer directly challenges centralized cloud giants like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud by offering a decentralized on-chain alternative for hosting full-stack applications. Unlike traditional clouds, ICP eliminates the need for servers, firewalls, and intermediaries, enabling tamper-proof, censorship-resistant, and data-sovereign applications. Its ability to run AI models as smart contracts and operate at web speed positions it as a serious competitor in Web3 and enterprise cloud space. So remember that. We are competing with AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, not just, Cardano and Solana and Ethereum. We're competing with bigger and better names. Okay, so now we got something from Moses. Let's go. And you guys can already see the picture. It says, technically, there's nothing listed on CoinMarketCap that's better than ICP in terms of technology. The only thing holding ICP down right now is the price. And once it manages to move above $20 or $30 and hold, the great migration into ICP will officially begin. Imagine when people start noticing ICP at $20, $30 and you got in at $5. You're going to be happy. But hey, on to the next post. And let's just look at that picture one more time. That's crazy. Like, this was $5 for years, doubted for years, and then people going to be lined up through the doors for $250 plus. Crazy word. And now we got something from the Kobeezy letters. And it says, okay, so reply to Goldman Sachs. It says, rate cuts are coming. Prediction markets now see a 40% chance of 2 interest rates cut at 2025 for a total of 50 BPS. Furthermore, there is even a 13% chance of 3 interest rate cuts this year, per Kalishi. The base case currently shows rate cuts beginning in September. Next week's Fed meeting will pave the path for a September rate cut. Just in, Goldman Sachs expects Feds to begin rate cuts in September. And this says our trader forecast 20% chance of cut, 20% chance of zero cuts, 23% chance of one cut, 40% chance of two cuts, 13% chance of three cuts, 6% chance of four cuts, and 2% chance of five cuts. So just remember, rate cuts are coming. And we got something from Anthony Pagliano, and he's replying to someone. Someone 100x dumber than you is 100x richer than you because they've got bigger balls and don't paralyze them over every decision. Hey, all right, let's hear that again, cause this for all the people that don't believe they smart. And look, I ain't never been the smartest person, but I'm not, no dummy. But I'll tell you this, one thing about me is I got some big balls. I say that. And just remember, you got to have big balls in this world. It's not always about being smart. It's about being open-minded, and it's about having some kahunas, as they would say. But let's read that one more time. Someone 100x dumber than you is 100x richer than you because they've got bigger balls and don't paralyze themselves over every decision. And that's real, y'all. So now we got something from Mike Acrylic Artwork. Let's go. And it says, both imminent. While all eyes are on Caffeine AI at the moment, I'm looking at what next. Dominic W. said, both imminent. So Utopia is bubbling away. The Utopia deck is full of cloud. So crypto cloud looks like an obvious beneficiary to me. I'm keeping the faith. And let's see what Dom said. The fatal vulnerability is Europe's near total dependency on U.S. cloud providers. Demand for real sovereign cloud is growing. The internet computer, self-writing Caffeine and Utopia, both imminent, will play important roles creating solutions. So remember that. And this is my thought process. Europe is depending on the U.S. for cloud providers. And the internet computer, or Definity, is literally in San Francisco, if I'm correct. They're one of their offices, and they have another office in Switzerland. So they've positioned themselves to be in both of the top places that you need to be in the Western world to change things. And like I said, people are getting tired of depending on big tech companies. It's over. Nobody wants to depend on big tech, you guys. And remember, Europe is going to start, and I bet you U.S. is going to follow behind. So don't be asleep on that. And I wouldn't be surprised if Trump starts realizing, like, oh, shoot, like, we can have digital sovereignty and da-da-da-da. He might hop on it too. And yep, JP Morgan offers Bitcoin-backed loans. I don't know why I like that twice. And now we got another post from the Kobezy letter. It says, insiders have rarely been this bearish before. Only 11.1% of companies with insider activities are seeing more buying than selling by corporate officers and directors, the lowest share on record. Over the last decade, this figure has never fallen below 15%. This means insiders were net sellers in almost 90% of companies with recent transactions. Insiders were either neutral or negative in 10 of the 11 S&P 500 sectors, with utilities being the only sector to show positive sentiment. Selling was also broad-based across company sizes, for small to large cap stocks. An interesting divergence. And you guys hear that? And this is why I mess with crypto more than I mess with the stock market, because I feel like crypto is fair for everybody. So now we got something from Trending Bitcoin, and it says Satoshi Nakamoto to pass Warren Buffett to become the 9th richest person in the world. Don't sleep on Bitcoin. And soon you're going to be hearing people like Warren Buffett interested in something with some fundamentals. So do not let someone like Warren Buffett find out about ICP like how Warren Buffett found out about Apple. Because things can get real crazy. He might throw, quick 10 billion in or something. So now we got something from Moses. None of the top 10 coins in CoinMarketCap are likely to do a 5x in the next 12 months. But for a project like ICP, a 5x is just a warm-up. It can easily achieve that in a few months if the market gets serious. That's why ICP remains one of the best investments anyone entering crypto right now. Remember that. And now we got a post from Party Hats. Let's go. And it's Bart writing some standards on the board. And it says, you don't own enough ICP. Man, you better get you some more ICP if you don't got enough already. Don't sleep. And now we got a post from Geek Chains. ICP is the biggest iceberg already. And then it says internet computer and then Ethereum. So this is all the other cloud infrastructures, all these different companies. They don't have nothing on ICP because we're already doing everything. We have our own infrastructure with our own apps. So remember that. And we got something from Simon Savvy. Let's go. It says, me, my friends, my family, my co-workers, everyone. When you learn about ICP, that's facts. You basically are free and you done escape the matrix. You feel me? But on to the next post. And it's from Eric Canister. Let's go. And it says, on July 21st, Eric Canister goes live on ICP, one of the biggest release in the internet computer ecosystem this year. Erica becomes a real product with voice, with video, with rewards, powered by real AI running on chain. No big tech, no middleman, just code. You'll type, she'll talk. You'll learn, you'll earn. This isn't hype, it's history. Don't miss. July 21st. Okay, so you can have your own Eric Canister.
You're not ready for what's coming Monday. This isn't hype, it's a shift. A shift in what's possible with AI, Web3, and real on-chain experience. Most chains pretend, we execute. And when you see
Let me know if you guys want your own Eric Canister.
what we're about to drop, you'll understand why ICP is years ahead. Monday. Don't just watch, be part of it.
And I'm thankful for anyone who watches my video, especially if you made it this far, because I'm just trying to have fun. I really do like the technology that ICP and Definity has brought to the table. And I know that there's a bunch of other people who do too. So I'm just praying, y'all, that we all get our return, our profits on our investment. But I also pray that we take advantage of Caffeine AI and our early access, and we end up making more money. And now I got something from Reads with Ravi, and it says, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. And I'm certain that any of you guys who found out about ICP, you guys had to find this yourself. You did self-education. You probably found out about crypto like I did, through Bitcoin and through XRP. And being a great mind like you are, you seen that there's an opportunity. There's other cryptocurrencies. So you went on Google, you went on YouTube, and you went on whatever platform, and you figured out what's the best cryptocurrency. And you start thinking of it like the stock market. You looked into the fundamentals. You looked into the metrics. You looked into the charts. And you figured out, okay, these cryptos are the good cryptos. But then you came across ICP, and you realized this is a whole new paradigm. And that's what got you so interested. Same thing as me. And on to the next post. We got something from the Bitcoin historian. And it says, just in, President Trump's media company now owns the fifth largest corporate Bitcoin treasury. They hold more Bitcoin than Tesla. Insane. So these are the top 10 Bitcoin treasuries net. You already know, MicroStrategy is number one. They own 607,770 Bitcoin. And then Mara holds 50,000 Bitcoin. CEP owns 37,230. Riot owns 19,225. Trump's company owns 18,430. Metaplanet, a Japanese company, owns 16,352. As you guys can see, a lot of American companies are taking advantage of Bitcoin. And as you can see, Galaxy owns 12,830. CleanSpark owns 12,608. Tesla owns 11,509. And Hut owns 10,273. And one thing about Elon Musk, I feel like bro ain't gone too heavy into Bitcoin yet. He done dropped his own coin. I feel like Elon is waiting to see what's the next greatest innovation. I feel like Elon will be more interested in ICP than anyone else. So now we got something from Ayush, and it says, with only 9% of ICP on exchanges and full unlocks done, the setup is pristine. You see the setup, pristine for us to go crazy. And you see the other picture. This is what ICP offers. Host web pages, games, run AI agents on chain. dApps, Chain Fusion, runs AI on chain. Data storage, 500 gigabytes per canister. Don't sleep on that. And now we got something from Dexter. And it says, warning, everyone that had signed up on Saturday is now approved. I know there will be some bugs, and I'm working on a better solution for quicker updates. But here is Chess on Chain 64. Chess on Chain, 64 users currently. You can go into the queue and get matched up. Feedback is welcome in the DM. Let's play chess. So y'all see this? You can connect your internet identity and play chess. Let me see. Let me see this real quick. See this real quick, man. Let's see what we can do right here, y'all. And this is all through the chain, y'all. This is all through the chain. So that's loading up right there. So we gonna come back to that at the end. And you see that's the chess arena. And let's look at how it looks. So you can even have statistics. And I'm about to speed this up too, y'all. So look at that. This is chess fully on chain. So y'all see that. And like you said, there's a few bugs, but for yourself to be able to create your own dApp within minutes, that's amazing right there, y'all. So now we got something from Swan, and it says, Bitcoin treasuries are no longer just cash buys. Corporations are issuing bonds to acquire Bitcoin, creating a new form of strategic leverage. Lynn Aiden breaks down what this means for Bitcoin's next stages of adoption and the risk that comes with it. Ooh, she done said some long stuff. And let you know what we're going to do. I'm going to take all of this. There we go. Command C. Go to Chat GPT. Hopefully Chat GPT. Short response. One paragraph. Has to be a short response within one paragraph, you guys, for me at least. So it says corporations are now using long-term bonds, not just cash, to acquire Bitcoin, marking a shift towards strategic, resilient leverage. Unlike risky margin loans, this approach locks in fiat depth to accumulate Bitcoin over time, signaling strong conviction in Bitcoin's long-term value. While it carries risk like any leverage, and of course it didn't load up fully, y'all. My bad. And then it says, I guess they gave me a new one. It says corporations are now to acquire Bitcoin, allowing companies to accumulate Bitcoin while managing fiat exposure. It reflects growing institutional confidence in Bitcoin long-term value and deepens its integration into traditional capital markets. So remember, people are doing everything they can to put Bitcoin into the new markets. So here you go. We got layer one, and it's from John Todd, and it says layer one crypto technology rank. Number 1, ICP. Number 2, Ethereum. And number 3, Solana. Okay. And then we got something from Mad Monkey replying to Crypto Beats, and it says, when apps go viral on Caffeine AI, demand for ICP will surge overnight. And this post says, ICP is setting up for a big run. I'm not a chart guy. I'm a pattern investor. Most of the legit projects went or going on a nice run is next. Like I said before, you will wake up and wish you bought more under $10. So don't sleep on this price right now, y'all. And we got something from Coin Bureau, and it says, just in, the U.S. Senate has finally released a draft for crypto market structure bill. It's time for clear rules and U.S. leadership. Okay, I love that, y'all. So we got something from U.S. global investors. As of this month, U.S. customs duties have topped $100 billion for the first time ever in a single year. That number is even more remarkable when you consider that most of President Trump's new tariffs haven't even taken full effect yet. And my bad, y'all. I need a little sleep, y'all. But I do want to make my content though, so that's more important than sleep right now. So we got something from Benny, and it says, make generational wealth for your family by buying ICP now. Today, my colleagues asked me, what's this ICP you've been talking about nonstop? You see this cool photo? And it says, well, here's what I told them. ICP is the future. ICP shows what's coming. ICP defines where Web3 is headed. Want to see the future? Then start using the powerful apps built on ICP. They don't just talk future, they deliver it. You guys see the photo. This is a cool photo, and it says, life is an adventure. Embrace the future. Okay. And now we got something from Marlon Hank, and he's replying to Quokka ICP. It says, our chart compared to the ICP USDT chart are the same. We are the underdogs, or under Quokkas. Okay, and I'm guessing this is a meme coin on ICP. It says, soon ICP will skyrocket to $100 and Quokka to $1. Mark this post. We gonna see, Marlon. We gonna see. And we got another post from the Bitcoin historian, and it says, just in, 116 billion ETF issuer Wisdom Tree recommends 3% Bitcoin allocation for all 60/40 portfolios. Bitcoin reduces risk and drives returns. Huge. And soon you're going to see all these different financial advisors. And there's already some who've been telling people they're going to be like, start buying more Bitcoin, start buying cryptocurrency, have a certain amount allocated for cryptocurrency. Okay, and Don't be surprised, y'all, when that happens. And now we got something from one of our ops posted by Coin Bureau, and it says, Charles, Cardano will be bigger than Ethereum, but only if we get the right leaders in the room. Without that, Cardano dies. Hoskinson stresses that decentralization requires leadership, and without coordination, the network can't compete or evolve. So all I gotta say is Charles Hoskinson been salty about ever since Dominic and Definity took a bunch of their workers. So they talking about Cardano dies. Come on, bro. ICP can never die. You know why? Because we created something totally new. We're not trying to compete and run behind Ethereum. We're running our own race, y'all. So let's hear what Charles Hoskinson had to say. And I'm going to put this in 1.5x.
You give them the right authority, you hold them accountable in the right way. I have a belief that Cardano will be bigger than Ethereum. If you don't have the right leaders in the room, Cardano will die. It's just true. Decentralization doesn't mean there's no leadership. Decentralization means you can pick them and you can fire them and you can change direction as a network as a whole, and no one person has carte blanche.
Hey, I don't know if it's just me. Something about this guy just gives me like, he's just like a hater low key. Because I feel like he knows that the internet computer is the future of decentralization. And he'll never bring it up unless asked about it.
Decide these types of things. That's what decentralization ought to mean. If it means total chaos and we can never coordinate and every single thing is direct democracy, guess what? We've already died. Because you can't outcompete protocols that are able to coordinate more quickly, because they have to adopt technology too. And we have to get a lot of stuff done. And there's a ton of things that have made me deeply uncomfortable over the last year with the governance process, but I've held my tongue on a lot of them because they're not productive. And I've tried very hard to have those conversations in closed rooms with the particular people and negotiate, try to find ways to cooperate. And sometimes it's exceedingly hard because they operate in very bad faith. And at other times they operate in good faith. There's just not a meeting of the minds. And that's okay too.
And I'm about to ask ChatGPT a question. Is Cardano... Damn, I spelled it crazy. Is Cardano... decentralized fully, and if not, what crypto is? And let's see what ChatGPT puts, man. Look at this. All right, so it says Cardano is not fully decentralized. So that's the answer we wanted right there. And it says, which coins are fully decentralized? So we got Bitcoin, and then we got Monero, and then we got Ethereum to a degree. So a lot of people do mess with Monero. And my question is, no ICP? So this is what they're saying about ICP. It says the decentralized aspect. It says subnet blockchains. ICP runs smart contracts, canisters on independent subnets governed to node machines. And it says NNS, a DAO style, okay, smart contract. It says still centralized in some ways. Let's see what they got to say. Node providers. Only approved data centers can run ICP nodes, permission models, which limits decentralization of the hardware layer. Definity Foundation influence. The foundation still plays a large role in protocol development and ecosystem direction. NNF voting power distribution. Voting is technically open, but large token holders and neurons, especially early ones, have outsized influence. It says ICP is decentralized in architecture and governance design, but in practice, it's not fully decentralized yet, especially in the infrastructure and control layer. It's moving in the direction, but still behind Bitcoin or Monero in terms of true decentralization. So that's just us being transparent right there, y'all. ICP is still working on a lot of stuff. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad investment. This is still a good investment. Like I tell y'all, I believe that ICP does everything for a reason. We're not Bitcoin at the end of the day. We can't start on the dark web, be a criminal coin, and then just come to the light and then people start messing with us. We got to do things the right way so then we can get accepted by institutions and different infrastructures. So I'm not really tripping. I'm still invested into ICP. But hey, look, if you're looking for something even more decentralized, they say, than ICP, it might be Monero, y'all. It might be Monero. Don't sleep on Monero. And I've noticed Monero is not really on no platforms like that. So you got to find a way to get Monero. And I say this, Monero's at 25 right now. So don't sleep on Monero. You know me, I'm an ICP holder. I love ICP. But I'm never going to tell y'all, only ICP. Nah, get whatever is going to make you money and whatever you feel is truly decentralized or whatever you think is the best coin. You get it. So now I got something from Anthony Pompliano. It says, Bitcoin and gold have both outperformed the S&P 500 for the last 10 years. The people realize sound money is their only defense against currency debasement. Okay. And now we got something from Vivek Sen. Publicly traded DDC Enterprise just announced to raise $500 billion to buy Bitcoin. This is wild. This is wild. And I think they said, was that China who just said that? So don't be sleeping. Do not be sleeping on Bitcoin. And now we got something from Plan B. Gold market cap is 20 trillion. Bitcoin market cap is 2 trillion. So gold is worth 10x Bitcoin. Gold scarcity, stock to flow ratio is 60. Gold scarcity is 120. So Bitcoin is 2x scarcer than gold. In my opinion, Bitcoin is at least 10x undervalued. So you heard that. Bitcoin is at least 10x undervalued. So you're still getting in early. And remember, you're also getting in early on the internet computer. The only thing offering tamper-proof, fully on-chain, everything. So now we got something from Fred Krueger. And it says, it's hard for most people to believe, but Bitcoin is likely to be the main store of value on planet Earth in 20 years. It will have a market cap of around 10 million per coin. It will be worth $20 trillion, more than 5 times the market cap of gold. It will be worth 50% of the global M2 money supply, or 400 trillion. No individual currency will be worth as much. It will be worth more than any country's stock market or bond market. Boomers are hated by millennials because they bought cheap houses. But this will be nothing compared to the hate of Gen Z to the millennials who bought cheap Bitcoin. So remember that, y'all. And the last post from CrowdStrike Thunder, let's go. And it says, ICP logic doesn't follow Bitcoin cycle logic. Like altcoin crypto lies to retail to believe. ICP is not volatile or an altcoin because its cycle burn doesn't follow market capital capitulation. Don't worry, I learned that word this year. So the bet isn't Bitcoin 4-year cycle dominance. ICP with Caffeine AI has now entered a cycle burn rate dominance using product that turns cycles into deflationary mechanisms for tokenization. It's easier than you think, but sounds confusing. Trust, this one of the major pitfalls, the lack of marketing with ICP. Market and retail understanding of how it actually works. Don't follow the crypto hype. Follow the 200 engineered Definity faces to the name ex-Google, ex-Facebook, ex-AWS developers. My advice from experience, You guessed it. Innovation always wins. Definitely, Trojan is not Caffeine AI, although it's the wheels on the Trojan horse to roll it in, but tamper-proof, unhackable, encrypted, independent node providers are the essential difference that sets ICP apart. Chain key cryptography is the real hero in this story. And that's real, y'all. Do not sleep on ICP. But all I gotta say is, if you're not invested into ICP, I don't know what you're doing. Thank you for watching. Yah bless.